Pull the dot snaps, or one-way fasteners, are very unique in that 3 sides lock. Only one side can be pulled apart. In this video, we're going to show you how to install this using the anvil tools and finally the press and snap tool. If you're using the anvil tools as shown here, you'll need to punch a hole in the material first. We've gone through both layers with just a single hole punched because that's where that snap will be installed on both the top layer and the bottom layer. Okay, take a look at this button. On the button it says, pull the dot. Traditionally speaking, we want the dot to be facing the direction that that snap will unsnap. So we'll position that dot so that it's facing the edge of this fabric. That's where I'm going to have this snap unsnap. The other 3 sides will be locked. There we go, the dot's facing towards the bottom edge. Okay, now we'll take the socket. You'll notice in the inside of the socket there is a hole. That hole has a little finger on the back side. There's the finger, you can see it right there. Okay, that's the part that you want to be facing towards the dot or towards the edge of the material where you want to pull apart. So always think of the space in the center as pulling apart. And then on the other side, I rotated this socket around, there's a little finger on the inside of the snap. That finger is the locking mechanism. So it will be locked there and locked on the 2 opposite sides of the finger. Okay, so remember, there's a prong here, and that prong we're going to be facing towards this edge of this fabric. That's where we're going to pull this snap apart. So position that snap. This is the tricky part because you got to have these facing the right direction. Position that so that finger that's facing towards the fabric is pointing towards the edge of the cloth. Now we're going to take our anvil. It has 2 sides. This side is for the eyelet, and this side's for the button. So we're going to take the button side, the concave side, and we're going to put that button right on top of that anvil. Okay? Now check to make sure that that button's positioned on the anvil. If you wiggle the fabric, there it's wiggling too much. We know it's not centered. Now we wiggle it and it's secure and solid. We'll take our tool and we'll take our heavy mallet here. You can use a regular hammer here too. And we'll give it a few blows to smash that rivet in place. If you've done it correctly, that snap will hopefully open near the edge. Okay, let's get a close-up of the snap to see if that little finger is facing up towards the material, and it is. It's not completely at the top of the fabric, but it's still going to work. Okay, now we take our eyelet. This is the eyelet, and we put it through the hole in the bottom of the fabric here. Okay, so all the way in the bottom. We're going to put it through that hole we made earlier. Okay. Then we take our stud. This is a cloth-to-cloth assembly. We take our stud and we put it over top of the eyelet barrel. Then again we take our anvil. Now this time we use the side that is not concave, that looks like that the eyelet would fit very well on. This is the concave side. Don't use that side, use this side. And we position it underneath our material, and we make sure that eyelet is resting securely in the position that's supposed to be. There we go. Now it's solid again. And we take our tool and we smash that rivet over as well. Now it does not matter any direction. The stud can lay any direction, so don't worry about that. Just secure it in place and you're done with that one. Okay, now it's done, and it snaps very nicely. Does not pull apart at the top. Does not pull apart on the sides. Okay, but it pulls apart at the edge. So this is what we call a 3-way locking snap, or the pull the dot or one-way fastener. Okay, there's the eyelet on the back side. This snap can also be installed with the 2-piece snap fastener. This is the least expensive snap fastener installation tool. With the press and snap tool, you still use the same button die. However, you do need a one-way socket die, a special one-way socket die, which has a flat side here. This die is does not come with the press and snap tool, so you need to purchase it separately. And you can see the socket fits on there very nicely and will not fall off easily. So there's a flat side to this socket which needs to be purchased separately for the press and snap tool. It installs exactly the same way that the other socket die does. And notice you can roll it around to get that little finger on whichever side that you want the snap to release. So you can roll this socket to the outside or the inside. Now, to install this, we're going to take the button and we're going to see where it says dot, and we're going to take a permanent marker, roll this button over, and put a dot right on that side, because this is the side you're going to see in the press and snap tool. You will not be able to see where it is marked dot, so that's why we put a mark there. Then insert the socket on that special socket die, okay, and then we roll it around till the finger is on the inside, because that's where we want the snap to release. So you have to think this through, and then we make sure that dot is facing on the inside as well. So the dot's on the inside and the finger's pointing on the inside. Now we take our press and snap tool, apply pressure as normal, and the button is now inserted in the fabric. And you notice the internal finger is pointing towards the top. And you roll it over, and the dot is pointing towards the top, exactly how we want it.